The Noise of Emptiness. Chapter 1. Memories shrouded in fog. Elsa looked out the window. The hazy morning in Riga seemed like a haunted painting to her. Drizzle was falling softly on the glass, each drop melting an old memory frozen in her heart. You left, and now this heart feels the empty space where you once were. This line kept echoing in her mind over and over, a broken record that exhausted her. Elsa used to get lost in the streets here, where the cobbled paths told the stories of centuries. Now those same paths seemed scary to her. At every corner, in every cafe, on every bridge, she remembered Leo. Leo, whose laughter was like the sun shining over Riga, which was now hidden somewhere in the clouds. They met in an art gallery. Elsa was a young painter, both excited and nervous for her first exhibition. Leo, a musician, came to the gallery with his violin. His fingers worked magic on the violin, and Elsa was lost in his melody. Their eyes met, and that day a new love story was born in Riga. Elsa stepped back into her studio. The canvas was covered with dust. The brushes lay dry and lifeless. After Leo left, Elsa had given up painting. Her inspiration, her happiness, everything had gone with him. She picked up an unfinished portrait. It was Leo's portrait, his eyes smiling, his hair blowing in the wind. Elsa ran her fingers over the canvas as if she were touching Leo's face. Tears fell on her fingers, blurring the colors. "How can I forget you, Leo?" she whispered. "You are in my every breath." Chapter 2. A hope from the letterbox days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Elsa had locked herself in her apartment. Her world had become small, limited to just her four walls. Her friend, Maria, visited her often, but it broke her heart to see Elsa's sad face. "You have to move on, Elsa," Maria would say. "Leo wouldn't want to see you like this." "How to move on?" Elsa would reply. "Half of me went with him." One day, Elsa found a letter in the letterbox. It was in Leo's handwriting. Her heart began to beat faster. She opened the envelope with trembling hands. "My dear Elsa," the letter began. "If you are reading this letter, it means that I am no longer with you. I'm sorry, Elsa. I never wanted to say goodbye to you." Elsa's eyes began to fill with tears. He continued reading. "I wanted to tell you that our stars will be linked forever. I will always love you. Never give up on your dreams, Elsa. Never give up on painting. Show the world your art." At the end of the letter, Leo had written, "Keep me in your heart always, and keep smiling." Elsa hugged the letter to her chest. Leo's words were giving her a new hope. Maybe she could move on. Maybe she could be happy again. Chapter 3. The Return of Colors. Elsa hung Leo's letter in her studio. Every morning, she looked at it and remembered Leo's words. She slowly started painting. At first, just a few lines, a few colors, but slowly, life returned to her canvas. She completed Leo's portrait. It put the same sparkle in his eyes that she remembered. It put the same smile on her face that she loved. When she looked at the portrait, she felt as if Leo was standing in front of her. Elsa planned a new exhibition. She decided to display all her new paintings. The name of the exhibition was The Noise of Emptiness. On the night of the exhibition, Elsa was nervous. She was afraid that people would not like her art. But when she saw people looking at her paintings, she felt happy. People were lost in her art. They were feeling her emotions. A man came to Elsa. "Your art is amazing," she said. "You have turned your pain into beauty." Elsa smiled. "Thank you," she said. "It's because of Leo. He told me never to give up on my dreams." Chapter 4. A New Beginning. Elsa's exhibition was a success. Her art was talked about everywhere. She began receiving invitations to exhibitions from all over the world. Elsa began traveling. She saw new places, met new people, and experienced new cultures. She told the stories of her travels in her paintings. One day, Elsa was in a small European village. She was sitting in a cafe, drinking coffee, and drawing in her sketchbook. Then she heard the tune of a violin. She saw a man playing the violin on the street. His tune was similar to Leo's. Elsa stood up and went up to the man. "Do you know Leo?" she asked. The man smiled. "Yes," she said. "He was my brother." Elsa was shocked. "Your brother?" she said. "I didn't know Leo had a brother." "He never told you?" the man asked. "My name is Marco. I'm a musician too." Elsa and Marco talked for hours. They talked about Leo, talked about his art, and talked about their memories. Elsa felt like she was getting closer to Leo. Marco invited Elsa to his house. He introduced her to his family. Elsa felt loved and accepted in Marco's family. Elsa started spending time with Marco. They played music together, painted together, and walked around the village together. Elsa fell in love with Marco. Chapter 5. Forever. A year later, Elsa and Marco got married. They bought a small house in the same village. They filled their home with love and happiness. Elsa never forgot Leo again. She always held him in her heart. But she learned that life goes on, and love can always take a new form. Elsa and Marco lived a happy and contented life. They inspired the world with their art. They always remembered that love has no limits, and dreams can always be fulfilled. And in this way, Elsa filled the empty space that was left by Leo's departure. She learned how to turn pain into beauty, and how to find hope even in despair. Her story is an inspiration to all those who have lost love but have not given up hope.